Kroll?
So I'll make one comment on what was said also. Using an existing facility to take these animals to, first of all, we tried to partner with private facilities before. The town had zero resources that they offered via public safety, who was handling it at the time. North Shore Animal League is only interested in one thing, and that's making money. I can tell you that from firsthand experience. And the town of Hempstead is obviously not going to take our cats, and quite frankly, nor should they. So that's fantasy land. Anyway, let me get on with what I was going to say. We continue to make our disappointment and frustration known to this board with a total lack of services and protections for cats in our wealthy town. Over the 4 years I have personally been involved, nothing whatsoever has changed. The dog shelter is certainly in need of repairs and improvements. I like dogs as well as cats, but let's remember the crucial fact that at present the dogs have a safe haven at the shelter. It may not be in pristine condition, but is infinitely preferable to starving outside and being hit by cars. Every rescuer I know, including myself, has seen cats being hit, and it's quite heartbreaking to see this. There were improvements made in 2019. The town received a $200,000 grant from the State Companion Grant Fund. The money had to be returned in full as the work was not completed in a timely manner. Therefore, whatever work was done came out of town funds. There's $200,000 allocated for improvements for this year, 2023. Our town has, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, we just acknowledged it, 2 dog parks, Morley and New Hyde Park. How much of the $380,000 cost of New Hyde Park was paid for by the town of North Hempstead? Where did this money come from? According to the director of the program, the state grant program, Dr. Chico, grant money will be allocated for 2024, though none is yet to be approved for any specific municipality. Therefore, there's $500,000 already allocated for the dog shelter, apparently coming from our capital fund. That brings us to about $1 million being spent on dogs, and this being spent on cats. I would humbly suggest the $200,000 I referenced and this $500,000 be used either for a new shelter taking dogs and cats, or to buy a building similar to the Patricia Ledoux Sanctuary to be used as a cat shelter. Yes, this could put necessary repairs on hold, but the dogs are safe. They're not going to get hit by cars. The cats are starving and dying horribly on the streets. As I stated previously, 40% of pet owners in New York State own cats. It is time they were treated with some degree of respect. John Kamen said that 80 to 90% of cats in a shelter would be euthanized, an ignorant and cruel statement at best. He cost the town $130,000 in a lawsuit that was won by a contractor when construction was stopped as funds were diverted to God knows where. I believe it is still listed on a website that New York State law doesn't require that cats be taken into a shelter. Therefore, we don't take them. That's exactly what it says. Once again, no other town on Long Island has no cat shelter. We say not in our town. Is there not tremendous prejudice against cats? Does the law require 2 dog parks? A questionable, legal technicality at best. What does this teach the children of the town when they see dogs are given every resource and cats are left to die? This shows, using a legal technicality, that prejudice is acceptable. Obviously, the dog lobby and the tree lobby have the backing of influential citizens. We give $350 rebates, or we did. I think at one point it was $500 to homeowners for plantings. Is this required by law? I don't think it is. No, it is not, but it certainly looks good come election time. I'll be done in 1 second. We need to do the right thing ethically and morally and help these cats now. If necessary, we should follow the results of Judy Bosworth's feasibility study and admit 33 cats to the shelter at whatever the cost of renovations will be. I was told the cats will have little space if this occurred. Well, you know what? If absolutely necessary, let's take away a little bit of the space at the shelter for the dogs. They'll survive. Our town does not tolerate prejudice except against cats. If anybody doubts this is what the feasibility study shows, I will quote from what the acting controller told me. Foil the information.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Nina
Mr.
Garden?
Kroll. I just want to correct 2 small things, for the people who are watching also. Christopher Morley is a Nassau County park, so only Tully is a town park, and everything that's in the capital plan is just a blueprint. We haven't actually borrowed that money, so saying that we have spent that or committed it is. Well, it's not a definite. It's sort of an idea that maybe we'll do in the future, but it's not money that has been committed. So. Well, okay, you know what? I'm sorry. It's very hard to hear you.